We played a complete game. I think if I was being nitpicky, I don't think our rebounding was to our standard. That's a big physical team. Bill's a terrific coach. And, I think our defensive rebounding could have been better. I think they got like 37% of their misses, which is way too high. But, overall, the thing I was most proud of is how we finished the game. We had a game that we had a pretty big lead recently, a couple weeks ago. I forget when it was. And I thought late in the game guys were trying to get theirs a little bit. And I thought the standard, lowered on the defensive end. I think right till the final whistle, our guys played really, really hard on both ends of the floor. So, and that's hard to do when you have that type of lead. Ante obviously was very efficient. Benny and Pat Robinson thought they were really, really good. It won't show up on the stat sheet, but Charles Lampton, like he's an unsung kind of piece for us. Like he doesn't get a lot of the accolades and the attention. Chuck's unbelievable in the locker room. He's a defensive, a defensive guy that we bring in, and he affects the game. And just little things he does makes us better. And that's one of the reasons we're really good is we just get contributions all the way down the line. It's great to see the walk-ons, scout team guys get in there late. Those guys work their tails off. I had that role back in college. It's not the easiest role, but those guys bring energy every day. The things they do to help our players prepare for the game that the outside world doesn't see. And to see them get out there and, Spence to make a three and Frankie to make a three, and to see how excited their teammates were on the bench is something that's really cool.
These domination, route games, how satisfying is it to kind of have the second to sit back and go, man, we are, routing teams in our conference?
We just, at that next media timeout at 0-0 is what we always say, and we challenge our guys when we're down 10. We played at Hampton the other day. They jumped on us, and I think it was 15-5, or we were down 12. What's that? We were down 15. And it's the same thing. Like we go in that media, and the Brian Cloman, our defensive coordinator, gives me his 3 or 4 points, and Mike Cassidy gives me his 3 or 4 points offensively. Things that we're not doing well and that we are doing well, we address it. We say, okay, what's the score? 0-0, and then we go out and try to fix what was broken. And so, you're always chasing, the pursuit of elite is hard. The pursuit of excellence is hard because, you never truly reach it. But that standard. And we have a group of guys that are so mature, tough mentally, and they're just consumed with pursuing excellence, the best that we can be. And, whether we lost this game or won this game, it's about tomorrow, showing up tomorrow and being unbelievable in our preparation. We've got to be smart with our bodies, played a lot of games in a short amount of time, go on the road on Thursday. So we got to have 2 really, really good days of preparation. So we don't get caught up in what the deficit was or how much we won by the scoring margin. It's just I'm most proud of how we finished the game, despite the fact that we were up by a big score.
Do you have a seat on the bench?
Well, we joked about that the other day. They never save one for me. They never give one to me. I never sit down, and I sure as heck would hope, and I think Bill understands. I know he wouldn't take that as a sign of disrespect that I'm still standing up. It's just how I always am. I think those walk-ons that come in the game, they deserve my best. They deserve, I'm not going to high-five and do backflips when they make a three. I'm going to yell at them if they don't defend the ball screen correctly on the other end of the floor. And, I don't sit down a lot anyway.
When it's going like it was going tonight, what are you saying to them?
Yeah, just there's a lot of stuff we see that, coverage that we didn't handle, a set play that we went over, and a scouting report mishap that we didn't, just there's an old saying in coaching that if you're not coaching it, you're allowing it. If you're not coaching it, you're allowing it, and, it's just what we always do. But it was a fun game. Crowd was good. The energy was good in the building. great atmosphere at the 6, and we're looking forward to being back here in about a week or so, or whenever that is, week and a half, I don't know. Week, yeah.
25-3. Have you ever been around a team like this? Ever?
I don't. You mean it like have I ever coached a team with that record?
No, but yeah, just in the way that they approach everything and the way.
Well, I will say this: after every game, like I'll write the record on the board, and I will say, I know we're always about the next thing and being excellent in the next thing, but it is important to celebrate the wins. My mentor Skip Prosser used to say that all the time. You celebrate the wins. Winning Division I basketball games is hard. So it doesn't matter if it's a 1-point win in overtime or if it's a win like tonight. Like we go in there and we do our dance and pick the guy to lead the cheers. And I'll write the record on the board. I go, fellas, it's okay after the game to get above the trees and take a look at what you guys have done and what you're accomplishing, right? And it's something pretty special. Now, when you walk out of here, it's over. Show up tomorrow and it's 0-0, and let's practice tomorrow like we just lost by 30.
With that being said, do you start to at least, you may not preach it to the team, but you look into bracketology, maybe we could fit in here, maybe our net ranking could be up here, like, do you look at it at all just because the city has got such a buzz about March?
I'll be honest with you, 0. I mean, I'm totally honest, 0. That'll all take care of itself. The results will take care of themselves. Like that's what we try to teach our guys. The scoreboard will take care of itself if you try to be elite in the next possession or that next war. And that's for other people to talk about. And guess what? I'm glad they're talking about it because it generates excitement for our program. Recruits are excited about it. My dad's back there fired up and excited about it. The student body's excited about it. The city, people are talking about the Cougars. Heck yeah. But all that stuff's for another day. I'm just worried about, getting ready for Elon.
Pat, he had a nice run there, and then in the middle of the season, it seemed like I thought that maybe defenses maybe figured him out, or they had come up with a way. And then has he done something differently in the last 3 or 4 games? Is it?
Man, Pat is such a unique kid. I mean, I know this is cliche, but he always has a smile on his face. Pat has such a glow about him. He has an it, and he's just the type of kid that walks down the hallway and there's like theme music behind him, and here's a very, very decorated All-American D2 player that scored a kajillion points that's just so stinking excited to do his part to help us have a really, really good team. And he's been a joy to coach, an absolute joy, and I'm so excited to see the success that he's having because he works really, really hard, as all of our guys do. So.
But he didn't change his game. The ball's just going in now.
Pat walks onto a floor and he looks around and he goes, "Who are the other 9 best players? Because I know I'm one of them." He has an unbelievable confidence and bravado, and I don't want to say cockiness because that maybe is a derogatory way to say it, but Pat has a chip because everybody told him his shot's funky and he can't shoot it well enough and he's D2 and he's this. Pat's bring it. He's just a tough competitor.
Any Valentine's advice for the guy who got engaged tonight out there?
I didn't know somebody got engaged.
Yeah,
really?
Time out, dude. Dude proposed.
I know one thing. My Valentine at home is the superstar in our family. Like, thank goodness that I have her and the job she's doing with my kids during the season when my mind's elsewhere and I'm somewhere else in the United States recruiting or coaching. I say it all the time and she'll roll her eyes and people are sick of hearing it, but she's the best recruit I ever signed.
Put that on TV later. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Thanks, Pat.